Thank you. President Grimson, ministers, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great privilege to address you all here today. I wish to extend my appreciation to President Grimson for inviting me to take the plenary stage and speak about Greenland's new foreign security and defense policy on behalf of Naalakkersuisut, the government of Greenland. The Arctic Circle Assembly is a great chance to engage in important discussions on a region of the world that we in Greenland call our home. As our home, it is important for us to foster meaningful cooperation with countries and partners for the benefit of the region. To do that, it is crucial to be clear on our policies and positions as an Arctic nation. For this reason, Greenland released its foreign security and defense policy earlier this year with the title, Greenland in the World, Nothing About Us Without Us. The strategy outlines our foreign security and defense priorities and positions, but also addresses the need of concerns of an Arctic nation and Arctic people. Not surprisingly, these issues are cross-cutting for us in Greenland, which means that this can also be called an Arctic strategy. It reflects that we stand for and the challenges that we face, but it is also present the opportunities and potential that we have and offer for the world. We aim to collaborate more with the world and especially strengthen our north-to-north cooperation and ties between the people of the Arctic for the benefit of those who call Greenland and the Arctic their home. As we look to collaborate more with the world, connectivity is a key word. Through decades, we have mainly had flight connecting us to the east, with no connection to our neighbors in North America. This, however, is changing. With the expansion of our airport, a connection between Nuuk and Iqaluit has opened, and next summer a new road between Nuuk and New York will be introduced. Opening flight connection to our North American neighbors will not only connect us physically, but will also make it possible to explore more enormous potential for improving our trade relations and diversifying our supply routes. Expanding and strengthening cooperation with our North American partners is one aim that is emphasized in our strategy. Greenland intends to explore the possibility of establishing and developing an Arctic North American Forum with representatives from government and parliament from the Arctic North American states and territories. As Arctic North American countries, states and territories, we face many of the same opportunities and challenges, which is why we hope that bringing us together in one forum will create a space to meet and discuss challenges and possibilities. The Arctic Council remains the most important forum of cooperation between Arctic state and Arctic indigenous peoples, and it is important that we continue to strengthen the Council and the work in the working groups. Norway has and continued to do an excellent job in guiding the Arctic Council through this sensitive time. As the Kingdom of Denmark prepares to take over the chairmanship, we will strive to contribute to the progress that has been made in these challenging times for the benefit of the people of the Arctic. As Greenland makes out the Arctic part of the kingdom, it is only natural for Greenland to play a leading role in the Kingdom of Denmark's coming chairship of the Arctic Council. Having a chairship anchored in Greenland with the Greenlandic people will ensure that the issues of the people of the Arctic remain at the center of the work and priorities of the Council. We believe that the Arctic Council must be led from the Arctic. We thus look forward to continuing to prepare for the chairship with Denmark and Faroe Islands, and working closely and constructively together on the important task of leading the Arctic Council in the coming years and working on the issues that matter for the Arctic people, the environment and climate. The Arctic people are resilient peoples. For thousands of years, we have successfully navigated extreme changes in climate and environment. Amongst these changes, our main focus has been to ensure the security and survival of our families and communities, and so it continues to be today with climate change challenging the Arctic communities. As the world is becoming increasingly unstable and unpredictable, security of supply have especially become an area of priority for us. As for many others, for Greenland, it will be necessary to stop clinging on old patterns of trade and commerce. For many years, we have not engaged in much trade with our neighbors to the west and southwest. We need to change that, which is why we are also focusing on engaging in markets in North America for both import and export. This to reduce risk and vulnerabilities and guarantee constant access to essentials such as food, medicine, and fuel, and thus becoming increasingly robust and resilient. Greenlandic international partnerships have grown and expanded since the last Arctic Circle Assembly. In line with our goal and priorities in our strategy, the EU has officially opened an office in Nuuk with a visit from EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. And together with Iceland, we have started important work on implementing the 22 Declaration of Cooperation from 2022. We are continuing to cooperate with our close partner, Nunavut, on implementing the MOU from 2022, and joint committee cooperation with the US is also moving forward in a positive direction. Greenland strives to engage in partnership based on equality, where we are included on matters involving us. The Arctic, hence the slogan on our strategy, nothing about us without us. When we experience the contrary, it is natural for us to evaluate this type of cooperation and engage in relevant discussions to determine possible solutions. This is also the case with the Nordic Council, where we view it as vital that all countries participate on the same team and as equals. The work of Nordic Council is important, but we cannot have two different teams, two different levels of friends. We all need to be on the same team, playing by the same rules, for the partnership to be truly successful. It is my hope that we will be able to find a meaningful and satisfying solution in the near future. The world is in a challenging time. This is a fact which we feel the consequences of in the Arctic. We must also take our position and say what acceptable and what is not. In the Arctic, we can have tensions, but we can also do our part to keep the tensions low. We have done so for decades. Therefore, Greenland strategy also mentions the aim of establishing a peace center in Greenland. The Arctic has a notable history of not having major warm conflicts or wars. We have kept the peace and cooperated. This is an almost sacred fact in human history, and we need to remind ourselves of that today. We need to keep the peace and cooperate however we can. With these words, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.